Hi, I'm Black Dragon. I'd like to welcome you to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, we'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. So, I get this email today. Well, today I got it maybe a couple of weeks ago, but all of the happenings around, I'm just now getting to it. And basically, this guy was having some problems. His club had gotten a blessing from a dominant club a couple of years ago, and this problem led to some changes that were being required for these guys to have to make these changes with their patches. So, not wanting to make these changes, they called me, like a lot of people call me, and they were asking me, well, Black Dragon, what do you think? And in the question and answering session, I was asked, well, is there a way that we can respectfully flex on the 1%er? And he had also asked this in a message that he sent to me. How can I respectfully flex on the 1%er? So I thought about that when I answered his question, and I thought that I would make a video about it. Yeah, I feel like when I get a question like that, I feel like these last 3.5, almost 4 years, I've been teaching you guys, training you guys, and speaking to you guys. I feel like it has all been for nothing. When I get a question like that, I wonder to myself, do these folks even listen to me when I'm talking? And what I've tried to do over the last several years is try to teach you guys some methods by which our motorcycle clubs work, how we kind of live this life. And so when I get a question like this, I think to myself, man, these folks ain't listening at all. So let me just kind of try to clue you in on the lifestyle so that you kind of understand what's going on and where things come from. So, how to respectfully flex on a 1%er. Maybe this video is clickbait in the title, because you're probably not going to like my answer. So let's get to it. So, anybody that's asking you or requiring you or demanding of you to do something that you don't want to do is not going to see any resistance as respectful. They're not going to see any flexing as respectful. In my mind, and this is just me, there's no such thing as respectful flexing. It doesn't exist. A flex is a flex. When you flex your muscles, this is a demonstration of might. I have the might. You don't flex your arm muscles if you ain't got none. Like I wouldn't say I have guns. You'll never see me out here doing this. I ain't got no guns. Like the guy in the weightlifting room, and when he's flexing you, he's delivering to you a message. Either I can lift a lot of weight, or I got these guns that I'm fixing to work with your ass with right here. That's what this means. It means something. And if you see a guy with puny ass arms doing this, you really don't really feel like that is anything. Now, I've seen some puny ass armed guys wake a couple fellas up, and so I guess they were flexing for a reason. I guess the thing I want to point out to you is flexing is a threat of something to come. And the only time you flex and you don't mean it is when you're bluffing.
No bueno.
And the problem with bluffing is getting your whole card pulled. And there's no bluster, there's no volume behind the bluster. It was only a fake. And faking works. That's why people play poker. And they bluff. But there's always the chance that your bluff will be called. And in such a case, then your flex was for nothing, because you're getting ready to get your ass handed to you, and whatever the punishment or whatever the consequence, it's probably going to be much worse since you so-called flex. Flexing means I don't give an F what you say. I'm doing this my damned way, and the consequences be damned. That's what flexing means. Flexing means I'm fixing to get at you if you don't get out my face. That's what flexing means. If you were flex capable, you wouldn't have gone and got a blessing in the first place. If you gotta ask me if there's a way that you can respectfully flex, then you need to take the word flex out of your entire vocabulary. Flexing is not something you need to be doing, because it can get you hurt. When you flex, you gotta damn well be meaning business. You gotta be serious as a heart attack. You gotta be more real than the real deal Evander Holyfield. You gotta be willing, depending upon the flex, to go to the grave for what you believe. If you love them patches that much, then when you flex, you gotta be speaking softly, but carrying a big damn stick. This is what people who flex do. They only flex as a warning because they're trying to be good guys, or, you know, I really don't want to take it to this level. If I can help it, I don't want to go to prison. If I can help it, I don't want to bury you. Those are the people that flex. If that ain't in you, if that's not your bailiwick, if that's not your walk, don't let that be your talk. Because if you're gonna talk the talk, there are some folks out there that'll damn sure make you walk the walk. How do you flex respectfully against somebody that is truly serious about what they're talking about when they're talking to you? The respectful way is to resort back to MC protocol. The respectful way is to remind them, hey, you know, you guys gave me your word on this. The respectful way is to sit down and have a conversation and to compromise and maybe to do some stuff you don't want to do. That's what happens in the world of big fish and small fish, minnows and bass. It is what it is. I'm not telling you you can't flex. What I'm telling you is if you flex, you need to be damn serious about it, and you need to be for real about it. Because I promise you, those guys are. And bluffing, it only goes so far. It goes as far as the person calling the bluff. And then at that point, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you promised, or you're going to eat your hat, which never really tastes good. Anyone that's ever had to eat a hat can tell you. So, I just wanted to kind of take some time to answer that. It's been sitting on my desk for a couple weeks, and I kind of laughed when I saw it, and I sent back a message. My message back to the person probably wasn't nice, but if you feel like that's where you are, the other thing you need to do is take stock of the people around you. I mean, really. You might be a president, and you don't take that nonsense. Or you might be a member, you might be a sergeant at arms, and nobody's going to tell you what the hell to do. So in your mind, you're going to do something about it. And the question you have to ask yourself, you don't want none of that big-ass German Shepherd, I promise you. See, that's an example of flexing. Only his ass is dumb enough to think that he can actually whoop that German Shepherd. I know this because some of you who have been following me for a while remember when he attacked two dogs and they ripped his back leg off, and you guys had to help me get it repaired and keep it on to the tune of $4,000. And this fool ain't stopped flexing yet. So this is a guy who flexes, but he means it. There ain't no dog, horse, bull, cattle, German Shepherd, wolf, coyote that he ain't going to try to go after. And that's another problem with flexing. You may be thinking that you're a little bigger than you are, but you might not have Master Black Dragon to come save your butt like he does. You got to take a inventory of who you have on your team, who's in your crew. Can your crew be trusted? Does your crew want that life? It's easy for a president to jump his crew into a situation that they never expected that they would be in because of your moxie, your attitude, your pride. Don't let your pride get your club's ass kicked and stripped of their colors. You need to sit your boys down and say, man, I'm thinking about maybe we should flex. How do y'all feel? If your boys say, hey, we ain't taking that SHIT, then hey, it is what it is. Flex your behind off. But if your boys are like, hey, look, man, I didn't come here for all that. I came here to ride motorcycles and stuff, and if them guys got an issue, let's get that issue solved and moved on. And you'll find that a lot of times that's what it is. And it is what it is. So keep that in mind when you want to go flexing. You know? Does that make any sense? So how do you respectfully flex? And I guess that's an interesting kind of thing too, because I think anybody who flexes is respected because people know that you're about your business. Even if they have to stomp you like a bug, they will say that bug fought back. I remember the bravest bug I ever killed. It was a big roach-like thing that flew. And he was in my house. And I was like, there's no way this bug can be in my house. This is not going to work. So I sprayed the off on him. The roach killing spray. And this big bad mother sucker, he's about that big. That sucker flew directly at me, trying to kill me with everything in its roach body. And I'm spraying the whole time, and the whole time the roach is coming at me. And he didn't make it. He just got almost to my forehead when the poison overtook him and he fell to the ground and sucked his last breath. But to this day, I respect the hell out of that roach. That was the baddest roach that ever lived. He was gonna whoop my big ass for spraying him with that poison. He didn't go out like a punk. He went out like a suffer roach. And for that, I respect him. What he should have done is when the light hit him, he should have done like other roaches and scurried for the corner. But hey, no one was going to tell him what to do. So he flexed. And he almost made it to my forehead. I wonder what he would have done. I mean, can roaches bite? Do they have stingers? I might be a misshapen looking dude with a big old forehead and bumps on my head, some sort of disease. He might have got me. But he wasn't able to. Thank goodness for that poison. In any event, I hope I've made my point. Being a man and facing somebody straight up ain't about flexing. It's about being for damn real. Saying what you mean, meaning what you say. And if you wind up like that roach, then so damn be it. Or like that guy with the leg damn near chewed off. You got it? Well, listen, that's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section below. We've got gear, blackdragonsgear.com. I got the brand new Wii shirts up. Please support the channel and go get a Wii shirt. It's not about I, it's about we. The Motorcycle Club is about we. That's the W there. Also, we've got all my books are on sale over on my site. I appreciate the channel. Helps me. If you want to donate, you can also send some money to our Cash App, $BikerPrez. We appreciate those donations. Like this video and share it. That gets us in the right algorithm, and that helps the channel. So if you want to help the channel and you ain't got any money, you can like and share. We appreciate that. And follow the channel. You can get us on Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube, Black Dragon Biker TV on Instagram TV, Black Dragon Biker TV here on Facebook. Also, my podcast, this and all my stuff is available on my podcast for you to just ride and listen to. Like, what do you have better to do than ride and listen to me? The Dragon's Lair, Motorcycle Chaos. Anywhere you get your podcasts, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbeam, Podcast, we're on all those. So check us out. And our online news magazine, wait for it, BikerLiberty.com. Fighting hard to be number one. We're trying to take Hollywood out of Insane Throttle Biker News. I don't know if that's ever even going to be possible. But we're working hard to be number one, and he's number one. So he's in our target. Anyway, that's it. If you have questions, give me a shout. You can always set up a appointment to talk to me on clarity.fm/black-dragon. Thanks for tuning in. And get skinny! And we'll see you in a minute when we break out the first bug out bag we're going to be looking at is
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?